Alright, so I got some updates and I got a few questions. So first the updates. This right here is my 5.5 in my bathroom, as you can tell by the reflections. And as you can tell, I redid the 3.5. I've moved I moved two of my bettas and I got a new one. I gave the three up that were in this place and gave them to Petco. Believe it or not, they will be going to good homes. What usually tends to happen with my fish at the Petco I go to, the employees end up taking my fish home because they are very well taken care of. At least the ones that don't get sick within 2 weeks of me getting them. Because there are those fish that will just die in 2 weeks for unknown reasons. So here is my dragon scale. Here you can really see what he really looks like. Granted, I'm recording with my S7, so the colors are washed out. He looks brown, and the reds look very washed out. But he actually has a silver body, and his fins are pretty freaking nice. Are very nice red. There we go. That's his true colors right there. I haven't seen him flare like this in a long time. He's a very beautiful betta. And of course, here's my paradise betta. Yes, he's skinny, but he's been through so much. He's a very beautiful betta I got for $10. Now, of course, we're going to be doing this for like a good week or so, and then they'll get bored of each other. That's what will happen. And this is my new double tail half moon plaquette. What I'm going to actually try and do is I'm going to try and breed. So that's kind of why I got this guy here, because I love his colors. Of course, I'm going to be watching him and the female I just got too for around a week to 2 weeks before I start that process. Now I'm not going to do a whole video series like creative pet keeping and whatnot, but I will be watching her videos. I'm going to be watching her videos, so I know what I need to do proper. And I kind of hope I get a small batch like she did. But that's my little 3.5. I do plan on adding 2 sponge filters on these two sides too. It's just that it's currently near midnight and I'm getting pretty freaking sleepy. And I think I'll also upload this to my main channel too. Actually, I'm going to upload this to my main channel first, then upload to my secondary. So the second thing I did, I converted the 2.5. This is one of the reasons why I gave up the 3 bettas I gave up into a snail tank. So now I'll be able to house a lot more snails, and it'll be a little more easier for me to actually grab them to convert them into buffer poo. So that's that. I'm also using this LED light to light this tank up. And of course, I have duckweed in this tank that is slowly but surely growing, so that's what I want. Next thing I want to show off and then talk about is my puffer. So some sad news. The puffer that was in here, unfortunately, the icky had got to him. But I'll say one thing: out of all the puffers I've had, he actually lasted the longest. He lasted around 2 weeks. Even with the ick. So he was a pretty robust puffer. It still sucks tremendously that I lost him. But I got to him too late when I got this stuff. But he survived for a good long time. So what I did now is I replaced the filter cartridge with a brand new one. I know I just lost all the beneficial bacteria that was inside this cartridge, but that's why I got these 2 sponge filters. I'm going to most likely rebuild this tank lid too, because I'm tired of having to constantly rearrange this poppus plant every single time when I pop the lid open for water changing, feeding, and whatnot. So I'm just going to more or less do a tank lid like I did, like I'm doing right here. This 20 with my 29 goldfish tank, to where I have little holes specifically designed for the poppus plants and whatnot. But yeah, I also did a wire change, cleaned out as much of the sand as I can. I'm still learning how to properly clean sand, but yeah. Also, White Knight's doing just fine, as you can tell. But here's the one thing I want to talk about and also show off. So, this is my 20 long. Here's my puffer, my green spotted puffer. And as you can tell, he is eating and whatnot. You can tell by the little remains of the snails. But I think even he's starting to get ick. And I don't know why, because when I got this guy, I'm also in the process of converting him into brackish, by the way. But when I got him as full salt. I mean, not full salt, but full fresh. So I don't understand why is it that of all the fish I get, after around 1 to 2, maybe 3 days, 4 days max, they'll do just fine, but then they'll just get ick. I've never had any fish do this to me. And what sucks is that it's getting a little difficult now for me to find a green spot puffer, especially one of this size. I had to go into my local Pet Supply Plus, which is actually about an hour away from me, and request this one to come in. But even he has small little bits of ick. Now, of course, like I said, I'm in the process of converting him into brackish. But he does have a heater. He has multiple filter systems that are well been cycled. It just confuses the snot out of me. I want to know what I'm doing wrong, that way so I don't lose this guy. I don't want to have to spend another 2 weeks waiting for another one to come in. Just to have him die off too, and especially considering I want to keep this one. So if anyone knows what I need to do other than converting this guy to brackish / salt water, by all means, let me know. Well, granted, there's a few little white dots on him, but it's definitely gone down since I started adding salt to the tank. I am using marine salt. I'm using Instant Ocean. Also, I will show off the female I got. My parents are asleep, so I won't be talking, but I can show her off before I end this video. Yes, I do still live with my parents. As you can tell, she's just a generic Failtail. I have no idea what colors I'm going to get from her, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see what I'll get if I try and combine her with the 3 in this tank. I kind of want to combine her with the Dragon Scale first. But yeah. Oh yeah, if anyone's wondering about the Draken build I'm doing, I'm going to start that up around Thursday, I think. Or continue the build. But for right now, I just want to take a time off, care for my fish, and actually do something since this weekend was my birthday. I really didn't get much, but that's okay with me.